Last time we renovated our farming district to create a bunch of automated farms, and in this episode I want to consolidate all the storage for everything because it is getting absolutely out of hand. We are going to make an insane storage system using just Create 6, and we may do some other things just to tidy up the world a little bit. But without further ado, let's get into it. And here we are running through our farming district. This thing is so efficient. You can also see that I have found some dark oak saplings, and that is because of this magical chest over here. While I was editing, I noticed that this one had oak saplings in it, so I could just put down more. So thank goodness I did that. We now have the ability to get dark oak, and hopefully once this creates some, I don't know how we've gotten mangrove in here, but you know what, we'll take it. But we should get enough saplings to make enough dark oak so that we can continue growing this. And once we get a full field of these, I should be good on getting dark oak saplings. We should be able to make enough to always plant back more. But I am worried about the first few times, kind of because of this reason. Yeah, so we don't have enough for our deployers to plant them all in the correct row. But as you can see, we got one additional one, which means, yeah, we'll eventually get there. It'll just take a little bit of effort. But in this episode, we are doing something that I probably should have done a very long time ago, and that is get stuff fixed and make it cleaner and make it nicer, and maybe even get rid of some of those thingies that are spinning in the sky, but it might be overworking myself. At a minimum, I want a storage system because, oh dear, oh no, oh, I have too many items. This is why I need a storage system, folks. We have a bunch of chests everywhere. Too many chests, too many things. It's all a mess. It's all a problem. I have too much tuff somehow and nowhere to store these things. I also don't want to have to be running around figuring out where I stored this item or that item. I don't want to be doing a bunch of stuff, and I have to do a bunch of stuff because I don't have a storage system that's any good at all. And before we can get any further with any of our farms or contraptions or stuff, we need a real storage system to be able to store thousands upon thousands of items. We don't really need to have the most optimal spot for a storage system, but I was thinking, since over here is going to be our factory areas and over here has been our farming district that we have made in the last episode, we might be able to put it in the center somewhere. This way, we could probably tear down, honestly, but I'm leaving it up for now since we do have quite a large lava farm and dripstone farm that have just been running while I'm AFKing. But over this way, we have nothing at all. It's right next to our magical block here, which we can, when we're mining it, send up stuff over to our storage system for auto storage, which would be amazing. We can have it connect up to our main chain drives and stuff, which could then connect it up to the sides over here that we haven't even connected up. I feel like this is just the best spot to do it. So let's get in some pathway here, and I'm now using full blocks because I'm rich, and let's go out this way. I am very excited for the storage system that we are going to make. I think it's going to be really cool, but first I probably want to get a platform in. With a massive platform in front of us now, we can, I suppose, get started on the plan. It's going to be epic. If we're walking in here and we could see all of the storage things that we have in front of us somewhere, I'm thinking maybe like up in the sky would be really cool. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that, but I want item vault here, item vault here, item vault here, all along the sides, all 9 blocks deep as far as a 3x3 item vault can go, and then copy it over to the other side. The beauty with this plan, or the hope for the beauty of this plan, is that we'll be able to extend it as far this way as we need if we keep filling up on item vaults. I'm assuming that won't happen soon, but it may happen at some point, and I have to sleep before it gets dark because otherwise mobs are gonna spawn. Let me sleep, let me sleep. And before we perish in a creeper explosion that destroys all of my items, let me light up this whole place. And then we can get to item vault creation and crafting and doing all the fun things that comes with storage. It's so fun. I also may wanna just throw in some more grass over on that side. I don't really know what the plan is just yet for it, but I guess I'm the one that decides it. So grass. Where do I find that? This is why I need a storage system. I would know where the grass is. It would be in my storage system. We only have 18. Bro, I didn't know we were living in the slums. Okay, well now I can afford dirt, so let's put this in quickly. And now let's get to getting the resources for all of these item vaults. I don't know how many specifically I'm trying to make, but it's going to be a lot of them. Each item vault requires a barrel, which means a full 3x3x9 combination of item vaults needs 81 item vaults, 81 barrels, and that means a lot of logs. Good thing, in the last episode, we made literally 40 million tree farms that are all way faster than me doing anything by hand ever again. And oh, incredible, we have more dirt in there. Holy wood, this is actually insane. Yeah, I think we might be fine on the wood front, actually, now that I'm looking at it. We have a bunch of barrels now acquired. We still need, however, to get a bunch of iron, which is what I'm doing over here. So I've just upgraded this a little bit. This may be overkill for the amount of iron sheets that we need, but it'll be a quick automated thing that we can do, so I don't think it's too bad. One thing I forgot to think about, while we're doing this, it's probably a good idea to get all of our other frog port and create 6 thingies that we can set up our item vaults once we have them. And that includes cooking up some cactus to make green dye, to make lime green dye, to make slime balls. This needs to be thrown in front of lava. Incredible. And this needs to be combined with dough, which is wheat flour, which I've already crushed up for us. That is going to be very, very useful in a little bit. But then the other thing that we need is white dye, which is going to be from bone meal. This, I think we can just crush up bones and we should be fine. The only worry is that I may need to find some skeletons and maybe a mob farm. That's definitely on the to-do list because duh, but I'm trying to hold off on it because I don't want to have to deal with it. But that may be coming sooner than I would like to admit. We have at least our green dye. Let's go run and see if we have enough white dye to be able to make a few frog ports. Yeah, that's plenty for us, at least for the moment. And I'm just going to crush all of these down, turn it into bone meal at least. Yeah, the good news though about bone meal to white dye is that we can crush it for a 2-to-1 conversion. So this is actually going to give us a ton of slime balls if we wanted to create all those. And I know I just said I may not convert all of the bone meal into dye, but I was busy not thinking. I also have this jank system, which I'm going to be using for pulp a little later on since we need those for the packagers, but we can use this for our dough. And now we just have to wait here for this to be finished up. A little bit more time. We have a bunch of iron sheets now, like literally a billion, and all of our barrels have been made. I've also done a little bit of crafting for the things that we need, just haven't finished off what we needed. So I'm gonna need a few display links to connect up to a bunch of display boards. I'm just gonna craft a ton of these. Oh no, I need more andesite alloy now. This is so many. As I mentioned, we still need packagers. I think I'm gonna start with 9 of these. I'm gonna try to build 9 of everything that is like super expensive. So we have 9 display links, 9 packagers, 9 threshold switches. These will all be able to tell us basically how full our things are. And then obviously the packagers are for sending and receiving items. But now that we've done that, it is vault time. Vaults are so darn expensive. I'm using 2 stacks of iron ingots per stack of item vaults. This is insane. That is all of our vaults that we have. We still have half a barrel of iron sheets. I don't know what I'm going to do with that just yet. And the last thing we need are a few frog ports and those chain conveyors because, yeah, we're going to need a bunch of these. But we should have, I'm hoping this is enough item vaults. A full inventory. It's got to be enough. It's like a billion. Let's map this out before I place 100 blocks and it's ugly looking. That feels like it looks good. We could do the same thing over on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we need 10. That's fine. I'll just make 1 more of each of the things. We have 10 of everything now. Let's, oh, I forgot my item vaults. We have 10 of each item now, so let's get our item vaults up and running. I really hope we have enough item vaults, because honestly, crafting all these took quite a while. What? Oh, okay. Okay, there we go. That is as far as we can go. I think that should be 9 blocks. And yeah, we're gonna have a decent amount of room in the middle here, which is exactly what I wanted. I'm gonna have a gap between, just so that I can walk between them in case we need to. I know some other people's bases I've seen have, and I think this is actually a good idea, have funnels that drop items from this one to this one all the way down the line so that the back fills up first. I may do that. It kind of depends on how things work. Oh, but so far this is looking pretty menacing. And the good thing is that we can always increase it by just adding more above each of these vaults too, if we have a ton of space left over. That is half of them in. I feel like we've gone through more than half of our item vaults. I may need to do another round of crafting. We'll see, but this is going to be a insane amount of storage compared to what we have right now. So I think it's gonna be worth, oh dear, we have 64 and 3 remaining. I genuinely think I'm like 10 away. Oh man, I'm actually so close. Okay, it shouldn't take too long to build up the rest of our vaults that we need. I will, however, have to go crafting. Oh, but it looks sick from over here. Oh, this is gonna be epic once everything is installed. Final 2. I made way too many vaults, but I thought it would be fun. Now let's get in all the smart stuff to make this a useful storage system instead of just a life storage facility. A thing to remember, we can't have our threshold switches near or next to the packager since it'll power the packager, and we also can't have them near or next to our package frog port since again it'll power that thing. So I'm gonna have our packagers on the right, threshold switch on the left. Display link will eventually go on our threshold switches, but first we need to connect it up to displays, and again I'm thinking displays above or something. I feel like that's gonna be epic. And then we'll put our frog ports there, but first we need to hook it up to chain conveyors. So maybe we get those in first and foremost. I need to grab some chains. I think we're gonna need a ton of these, and I'm also gonna grab some shafts since that's what I've been using as our pole arm things. I don't know if we're gonna continue with it that way, but for now I'm going to, because I don't know what else we can do to make it look okay. Honestly, I think that looks better. We can get in some like bits here to make these more structurally sound a little bit later, but I think that's good for now. And then we can just bring this all the way down to the other end over on this side, connect it up, and there we go. That's gonna look really, really nice. Let's do the same thing over on this side, and boom, that is gonna look sweet. Now we can get in our packaged frog ports, set these to storage. There we go. Now we're gonna repeat this process 10 more times. It's probably the most entertaining part of the video, so we're going to include all of it. The next challenge I'm gonna face is trying to figure out how to make it look good and how to get display boards in this area so that we can see what our storage is looking like. Even though I did want these to be hollow empty areas, I think it would actually look really, really good if we did something like this, and maybe go one more up, go all the way over to the other side, and had a little beam connecting up the two sides that we could then, and I'm using these just because I had mangrove and don't have any spruce because I'm broke, and do our display boards like something like this, hanging, and we would probably want spruce there instead, but just hear me out, hanging like this, and maybe we need something here, and that'll be obviously spinning connected to power somewhere along that line, but have something like that, and then if we do it multiple times, I feel like it could look pretty good. I'm gonna try it and see what happens. I'm really, really not confident at all. But if it works, I think it'll be pretty epic. So like if we're looking at 2, oh, that's gonna look really cool. I think we do it. I think we send it. What's the worst that'll happen? It looks horrible and I don't like it and I have to tear it all down? Yeah, absolutely. For some reason, my spruce isn't growing. If anyone is a spruce knowledger, I think, oh, maybe it is. What's your deal? Why are you not placing? Okay, hold on. You don't have filters set. That's why you weren't placing stuff. But yeah, we'll let our spruce populate. I'll just remove these hanging signs for now, and then everything else I can get in. But I think this is gonna turn out really well. And we can also get it hooked up to power somehow. I'm either gonna use these chain conveyors or just power it through our casings somehow. But let's first get a bunch of casings. A little bit of work later, we have everything connected up to power. I think it looks really, really cool. Now though, we need to get in our display links. These are actually real simple to do. All we need to do is hook this up and then we can set a percentage on line 1 and we can attach a label to it. So if we wanted to storage 1, what I want to do though is I want to get it into the center. So I'm actually curious if I can do spaces. Oh, I totally can. Pretty center to me. Awesome. So what I'm going to do now is copy this and do this for every single one of the other guys. The only difference over on this side is that we need this to be obviously storage 2 and then set this to line 2. But once we do that, there we go. I think that looks really, really cool. We may even be able to, no, I think I like the percentages. I think those are good. So let's go along. Let's do this for every single one. And then I will get back to you when it's done. This should be the last one, storage 9. And yeah, 10 being there makes everything off by 1. So I was thinking maybe we do a space. I think that looks fine. This has actually turned out so well. I'm actually so hype about this. I'm surprised it turned out this well, but this is awesome. It feels like I'm in a Star Wars movie. I don't know any of the Star Wars songs. I think that's Fox Entertainment or something. But this looks super epic. Now that we need a way to interact with this at all, because currently we can't talk to these things like whatsoever. And that's where stock links come in. These things I have omitted until the end since I haven't worked with them yet. And I want to walk you through how to do it. And also I do not have enough copper for this. These things are quite expensive for me right now, since we need a bunch of transmitters, which need a bunch of copper, and we don't have that fully automated just yet. So instead, instead, what kind of glass do we need? This should work. Oh, I just need one gold ingot, and then we can make our stock ticker. I also need an animal or a blaze burner to be able to work this stock ticker. Since I don't have the funds for a blaze burner right now, let's just do that with some wool. I don't think I have any over here, but in our many other millions of chests, we should have one. I honestly don't know where I want our storage to be, or I guess our access point for the storage. I do think it's cool to have to run through here every single time to go access our storage, but it's really far away. So I'm torn between putting a access point here and all the way at the end, or just putting one close by. We'll do it at the end. I think it'll look really, really epic over on this side. So we'll do it. There we go. We can now have, let's say, our stock ticker here. Our stock employee is going to be sitting right next to it. I'm gonna need a chest of some sort to be able to access, and then we'll put our stock link next to that. We'll only have access to 4 of our storage units for now, but I think that's okay. Let's set up the first, oh, we only have access to 3 for now. Oh, this isn't connected to a network. Hold on. I forgot how these things work. First, we gotta connect it up to you. Oh, no. There we go. So that it's all glowing and cool. And then we can connect it up here. There we go. And I want to connect this up with, I hope this will open. Yeah, it's a rare chest. Oh, because it's cool. Oh, I need a packager. I'm going crazy. I've honestly forgotten how this mod works. That's hilarious. I haven't done Create 6 in what, 10 minutes, and I've lost my mind. Let's connect this up. We could put a frog port right here. This will be called access point. I'm gonna put a lever on the front of it so we can send stuff to and from. And I guess, oh right, we don't need a stock link on our access point since we're gonna be controlling that. Instead, we're just gonna be using a lever so we can throw in another stock link on one of our storage things. Let's grab one of our test subjects. A panda could be fun. Kiss. No, don't run away. Baby panda. I'm kidnapping you. Can you not lead a panda? That's crazy that you can't put a lead on a panda. Is that really the case? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, let's hope that this panda can follow me. Homeboy is so slow. This is gonna take 30 minutes to walk over there. Get on the chair. Oh, he's got a green little hat. Oh, it's working. Okay, our first test. Let's throw my entire inventory. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, I forgot a crucial part of this whole thing. Oh no. Storage. Okay, test number 2. Test number 1. First test. This is how you do it. Flick the lever. Hello? You know what it is? I know what it is. It's because I have moved where these chain conveyors are, and these guys are not updated. So we gotta replace all of them. That's fine. I'm only gonna replace the ones that are connected to our stock links because I don't think we should see. Oh no, they're not getting here. Oh dear, why aren't you coming? Oh, it's because it's spelled wrong. Okay, good, good, good. Should come over here? Yep, there they go. Okay, there we go. Okay, okay, they're getting picked up. This is good. This is good. It's been fixed. And believe it. What? Oh, someone did something. Okay, we should. If we click on our panda, we have items. Oh, this is huge. I should get a clipboard. But let me do the last 2 that we have current access to so that we can see our storage needs. But now if we look at here, oh, it's still 0% full. Holy cow, this has a lot of storage space. Okay, now comes the arduous task of moving all my items over here. I am gonna get a clipboard, but I think it might be faster if I dump all my items in here and then build a clipboard from its ingredients once everything's in here. So I suppose let's remove every single one of our chests, starting with the ones in here. This is amazing. This is the best day. Oh, just so much garbage everywhere. And it's all gonna go into a thing that I'm never gonna look at again unless I need it for really random and specific purposes. It's gonna be amazing. I think that is officially all of the chests in our base. Our panda has grown up. That is probably the saddest thing that has ever happened in a Minecraft video, because I would have loved a little baby panda the entire time, but you know, they grow up and get older. But look how many items we have, dude. This is actually crazy. You could search items, you can set filters and stuff. I honestly don't know how filters and stuff work. I'm gonna need to figure this out. So I'm gonna do some little tutorializing, figure out how to get all of these into a genre of item so that it's a little bit more structured, and then we'll move on to getting all of our farms instead of just popping off items like crazy all the time, getting all of our farms over to our storage. Oh, I see. I can right click the stock ticker itself to add a new category, and then I can place a list or attribute filter in here to set that category. So if I set it to create, and then I would obviously need a attribute filter, but oh boy, we can make it. If we do this, we need brass nuggets. So we could send that and send a piece of wool to our access point. We should see it gets delivered. We pick it up. Crafty craft. I guess I need a crafting table, but then we can craft an attribute filter, and I've also made a clipboard. So we can write down our currently just 2 locations, but there will be more eventually. I honestly don't know where I want this to go. Up here? Sure. I can still edit it. No! Did you just see that? Did you see that? Did you see that? I went and got another baby panda because I needed to move this crafting table, and then the big panda would not sit back on here, and then I sat back down, and the panda, I tried to click on the panda, sat on the seat instead. That ejected the panda, and the panda then did a somersault off the cliff into the abyss. What are the odds of that? Well, I guess I need a new panda. But we should be able to now, with our attribute filter, I think we can put in just brass nuggets, and then in group create, or honestly added by create. I think either one works. Throw this in here, name it create, and then we should see in this, we have create stuff. That's actually amazing, because the amount of times I want create things and it's impossible to find, this is huge. Okay, now we just need to do the same thing for like dirt, woods, desert, ocean, valuables, all those other things, and then we'll be good. So let me quickly sort out all of those. After honestly, so many hours, we have everything now sorted out. This took so much longer than I thought it would. But we have a bunch of stuff. So create redstone, stone blocks, wood blocks, shovelable blocks, so dirt, sand, mud, gravel, etc. Any valuables, mob drops, food, miscellaneous functional blocks. These are kind of weird. I may or may not keep these. Tools, dyes, plants, ocean, nether, miscellaneous blocks, and unsorted ones. We could probably remove this, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. So, see ya. And now, it's a little bit easier to scroll, and they should all either drop into the nether or miscellaneous blocks, which I think fits well anyway. This thing is working great. We currently have 14% in this storage system here, which is actually not too bad for every single one of our items. And we still have a little bit left to go in this video, so let's set up pathways for our chain conveyors to go over to our tree farms and other miscellaneous farms like the ones over here. Let's get these set up to go over there, and then we can set up our frog ports and stuff to send all the way back to storage so that we can actually be harvesting these things instead of just throwing them out. I'm thinking maybe we set all of the woods to go to a specific one of these storage vaults, just so that we know for a fact that it is going to be sent to this storage vault only, and we can set up specific threshold switches and throw out systems once we have too many of a certain item. So let's say we have a million sticks. We'll start throwing those out because nobody needs that many sticks. We may send the rest of these farms over to one item vault specifically, mentioning like farms or something. And then we'll still have 8 more of these for all the other storage that we need, which will be absolutely plenty. So I'm thinking we do that. So let me come over here to our new system. Oh, we can just grab chain conveyors. Honestly, I may put chains in here if I'm able to, because otherwise we have to scroll all the way down to here to grab them. Okay, that means we should be able to switch this out. Yep. Perfect. And now let me throw in just a few bits of chains just so we can confirm. I'm going to be doing this for probably the rest of the series. Yeah, now we have chains in here. That's so nice. I'm probably going to be doing this for the rest of the season just so that we get everything that we want in the right place. But for now, this is going to work great. Let's grab all of these chains and let's start bringing it over to the farming district. For whatever reason, recently my replay mod has been broken because of some like inventory thing glitch. But as soon as I've switched over to these, I don't think it's happening anymore. So I can do this now in a replay time lapse, and hopefully it won't be corrupted. If it is, I'm gonna just die. And you should be able to see me add in all of these things in replay mod, and hopefully it's working. And I really don't know what was going on that made it break, but it might be working out. after connecting those up, we have a ton of stuff in our storage now. Anyway, we still have these two hook up. Probably have to, over on this side, bring this thing all the way down. So we're gonna do the same thing I have for the wood, set it up with wood storage. I wanna do the same thing with farm storage just so that it is consistent. And then we're going back into time-lapse mode to finish off our farming district. We have now connected up our sugarcane, cactus, bamboo up to our main storage. The last one we have left is kelp, and I'm actually gonna wait on that for one main reason. First, I want to verify that our farm storage is working as anticipated. 3% full. Holy cow, bro. Wood is going crazy. We're definitely gonna need to get rid of some of our saplings and stuff once we reach a certain threshold. As for kelp, our portable storage interface is over on this side instead of the kind of assumed this side of all of our other farms, which is fine. I actually probably want it over on this side anyway, but currently we don't have any chain drives here and it's gonna be pretty difficult to get it over here. Oh, that's not good. Well, we'll give it a little bit of time. I think it still needs some lava, yeah, so we'll take it when it needs it. As I was saying, we need to be able to get our chain conveyors over to here, and currently this whole monstrosity is in the way of our pathway from making it work to the best of its abilities. Because I want it, again, a big old empty square, and this thing is so in the way. So unfortunately, the house that has served us so well and looks so beautiful still, and the iron golem has been T-posing there for many a episode, it's gonna have to go. And the one thing I want to absolutely save— no, the map updated! Oh, I should have locked it in a cartographer thingy. I've honestly forgotten that those were a thing until just now. So this is actually a pretty epic map. We can put it over by the side of our thing here somewhere. What about right here? Little map of our area. That's okay. The second I forgot to put a lock on it, it was toast. So not too worried about it. Let's tear down our house. Let's clean up the square that is to be. It's going to go around here, up, and then over once and for all. So let's make sure that happens. We can have an empty square, and then we can connect up our last bit of kelp up to our storage system. And I think then this thing is going to look so much cleaner than the monstrosity of things and stuff that I've just thrown around since the beginning of this series. The whole is complete. This looks way more menacing now that there's nothing around it whatsoever, but this has turned out really, really well. I've done a gradient from tough all the way up to normal stone. It's kind of fine over on this side. And I didn't look at that side yet. That's been fixed up now. It's looking even better, but I have yet to connect up our final connecty boy. So let's do that now. I do plan on, in the relative future, setting up multiple of these access point things across the base so that we don't have to keep running back to this one. But for now, I do not have the funds for it, so we are gonna just leave it like so. But it shouldn't be too hard to set up multiple of these, especially if we get more blaze burners, since those are way easier than transporting mobs and all that fun stuff. Connected up, and holy cow, that took forever to send them out, but they are now sent out, and I have the ability to put all our kelp back in here before it despawns. Amazing. Let's take a quick review of what we've done in this episode, because this is actually crazy. I think this might even be a shorter video, but we have done so much for the betterment of my mental health in this game. Oh, this is looking epic. Oh, we need to expand those sides. Oh, crisis now averted. As I was saying, the progress that we've made in this episode is insane. I gotta fix this ladder, it's off center. We'll do that next time. We now finally have our giant pit to nowhere, just so that we can have a magical block in the center of it. We have automated every single one of our farms and putting everything in our brand new storage system, which looks so epic. We also have labels for everything, as well as how full they are. I'm so happy with how this turned out. This may be the vibe of my next Creataholic storage system as well, just because I love it so much. Like, it's so sweet. So we may do something like that, but I'm very pleased with how this turned out. And I hope you are too. In the next one, we are, I think, probably going to get more power. We have been struggling for a very long time. More power, more lava, both of those things we super need. I'm gonna go this way. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, watch some of my other stuff. If this is the first episode you've watched of this series, check out the other 7 or whatever there are. I would really appreciate it. But I will see you all in the next video. Have a good one. Peace.